different, how there are different types of layers that are available in wall, what are the different functions that we can use, and how we can, first of all, approach a wall. I hope there is no doubt in that. I hope it is clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now, whenever I create a wall, okay, so say for example, I'm creating a wall here. You cannot just create it randomly. You'll have to take care about the structure of the wall. Structure of the wall means the layers of the wall that we are having. Okay. So, whenever you have to create a wall, it will be given to you by a designer in form of a contract document or in form of a section. Okay. So you will have to read it. You have to create that type of wall first of all, that means the composition with layers, and then only you can model it. Okay, so you have to take care about thickness, you have to take care about layers, and you have to take care about the materials that you are using into different layers. Okay, so just to understand it, you can just go to edit type here. In this edit type, okay, so the very first thing that you are going to see is family. What is the family here? Basic wall family. Okay, as we have seen earlier, we have different families here. Basic wall family, then we have curtain wall family, then we have stacked wall family. Okay, as of now we are seeing this basic wall family, that is the normal wall that we have. Okay, now in this basic wall family we have different types. Okay, these different types can be determined by different layer combination of the or the structure combination of that particular wall. Okay, and these different combinations can be done using this edit type option. If you just go to edit type, if you just go to this structure here, you can just edit this, and from here you can just arrange different layers and you can create different combinations here. Okay, I hope this concept is clear for everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have seen different functions. So namely we have functions like structure. Structure means the core component of the wall which gives strength to that particular wall. Then we have substrate. Okay, substrate, what we can say is a sub layer. Okay, so say for example, if I want to give support to structure, if I want to give support to a finish, I'll be using a substrate layer. Say for example, I'm using I'm using finish of a wood. Okay, so we will be providing veneer there, we will be providing laminate, and that laminate will be supported by a ply. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Yeah, so what will be the substrate here? Hello.
Plywood.
Right, the ply will be your substrate. Okay, so this is just a basic example that I'm giving you. Now in stud walls we have to give a supporting layer. Okay, so that is of your steel sheet. Okay, that is your substrate layer. Okay, so in, for example, say if I'm taking, if I'm giving paint, okay, and for paint I have to give a finish layer first. Okay, that also can be taken as substrate layer. If I'm giving, mortar layer, okay, along with plaster, we have to provide mortar sometime. Okay, say waterproofing or termite proofing layer, so that also can be considered as a substrate. Okay, so say for example I'm giving a plaster layer before paint, so that also can be considered as a substrate. We generally don't consider it as substrate, but just for consideration we can take it as substrate. Okay, so substrate is nothing but your supporting layer. Then you have thermal air layer. So thermal air layer is nothing but insulation layer. Okay, so if I want to provide insulation, say for example thermal insulation, sound insulation. Okay, all these type of insulation layers can be created using this particular function, that is thermal or air layer. Okay, then we have finishes. Okay, basically we will have two, three types of finishes. As I've said, we will have a waterproofing finish. We will have, simple finishing element like plaster. We will be having paint. We can put paint also in finish. So all these things are there. Then we have membrane layer. Membrane layer is a layer which will not have any thickness, where we don't need to provide any kind of thickness. Say for example, waterproofing coat, whitewash, or paint as well we can take into membrane. So these are different functions. Okay, now according to different requirement we will have to select these functions, and then again we will have to select the materials. So by default you can see here. Okay, if I just go to this edit structure, so here you can see everything is arranged properly according to function. So here you can see this is the exterior side of wall and this is the interior side of the wall. Okay, so this from this side, exterior side will start. So very first layer that you can see is finish layer. Okay, so we will have a finish layer at the very exterior side, which is your cladding or vertical ribbed material by default, which is given according to the type. Okay, then after that layer we'll be having a thermal air layer. That means your insulation layer, that is your fiberglass bat. Okay, this is a material which is used for insulation. Then we will have our actual layer, that is our structure layer. Here you can see the structure layer is given as metal sheetings. Okay, so this is the type of wall. So combining all these different functions, okay, assigning different materials to different functions and arranging it properly is how you are going to create wall. Okay, am I clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So now let's try to create a simple wall first of all. Okay, so I'm just going to select any of the wall. Okay, and I'm just starting with a very basic wall here. Okay, so this is a basic wall. Edit. Okay, so whenever you do something or whenever you create a new type of wall, make sure that you go here and select duplicate. Okay, you will never change the default types here. Okay, so the types that are available here, you cannot just go here, select it, go to edit type and edit it directly. Why? Because these are available by default. These are certain standards that have been loaded by default in Revit, and these are created according to certain standards. If you just go here, select this, edit it, okay, and save the file, you will just edit it, change the composition all together, press OK and save it. What will happen is every time you open a new file, okay, the standard that this particular wall will be having, wall ext102, it will be disturbed. Okay, the default will be disturbed, and every time, say for example, in a specific project, you need to use all the standards. And if you use this particular wall at that time, which you have disturbed, okay, on your own, you have disturbed it by changing the composition. So what will happen is you are disturbing the default file. Okay, so whenever you work on a type, whenever you want to create a new type, make sure that you are duplicating it. Okay, so first of all, just go here and select duplicate. Okay, so I'm just creating a practice wall right now. Okay, I'm just giving it a simple name as practice. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a normal wall where it is a brick masonry, okay, plastered wall and paints. Okay, so these are the only thing that I want, the general wall that we know in India. Okay, so that is what I want to create. So how am I going to create it? Let's see. So I'll just go to this structure. I'll just go to edit. Okay, so as of now, you can see here you have only one layer, that is your structure layer. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, this is fine. I want to create a brick wall. Okay, that is fine. The layer is already available. But I will, I will need to provide plaster there, from both the side, from inside and outside. After which I want to provide paints as well, right? Because we are in, if we are dealing with an internal wall, we cannot just provide brick wall throughout like this. Am I right? We will have to provide plaster, we will have to provide paint. Yes. Okay, so that is what I want to create. So first of all, we have this structure layer, okay, which is under the core boundary, which is giving strength to my wall. The material is also brick common. You can change it to brick masonry if you want to, but I'm just keeping it as it is because we already have it. You can just change it to brick masonry if you want to. Okay, but I'm keeping it like this. Now you can, just give a specific thickness. So it is 215 mm because this is an external wall. I want to give an internal wall. So let's change thickness to 150 mm. Okay, the structural layer thickness will be 150 mm. Okay. Now what I want to add is I want to add plasters from both the side, from exterior side as well as from interior side. So what I'll do is I'll just simply go here and select this. Okay, after which here you can see you have this option of insert. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll just go here and select insert. Okay, you can see one extra layer have been added. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what I want is I want this layer to be used as a finishing layer, that is my plaster layer. Okay, so ideally it should go outside the core boundary. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll select this up option. Okay, and it will go outside this core boundary. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is structure. What is the function that we require here? So I want to provide plaster. What is the function that I require here now?
Finish.
Plaster. Finish. Okay,
Plaster
finish.
finish.
Yeah, I want to give finish here. So I'll just go here and select finish one. Okay. After which I'll just go here and select material. What material do I want to provide? I want to provide plaster here. So I'll just go here, go to material browser, plaster. Okay, so here you can see you have three options of plaster. So I don't want to give gypsum. I don't want to give this render, base, smooth, whatever material it is. I don't want to use this. I want to use this simple plaster material. I'll select this, press OK. Okay, finish given plaster. Okay, now here you'll have to provide some thickness or else it is not going to be created. So let's give a thickness of 30 mm. Okay, now again I want to insert one more layer here. I want to, I have given plaster on this side. I want to give plaster on this inside interior side as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what can I do? What can I do here? What am I going to do here?
Again, take a structure.
Insert. Again insert it.
Okay.
And below the core boundary.
Right, below the
Just
core boundary. So
down.
I'll just use down option here. Okay. Again, this should be a finish. Okay. I'll just go here, select plaster again. Okay. Again, give thickness according to your requirement. I'm just giving 30 mm and done. Okay. Now we have created a structure wall. Okay. Where it is of brick masonry. Then it is covered with finishes like plaster from both the sides. Okay. So this is what I have created. I'll press OK. OK and done. Okay, so this is the wall that we have created. Where is it? It was practice, right? Practice wall. Yeah, practice. Okay, so this is the wall that we have created. Can you see this? Okay.
Yes,
Now here we have inputted three layers. That is why you can see three layer one. Okay, so the first layer is here, second layer and third layer. Okay. Now, if I want to see this in shaded view, I'll just go here, make this shaded. Okay, so this was my brick layer, structure layer brick. So that is why it is in red color. So this is my plaster. Okay, by default, it is in white color. Okay, clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, again, what I want to do is I want to add a membrane layer here. From both the side, I want to add membrane layer. That is my paint. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll again just go here, edit type, edit. Okay, now where am I going to add those layers? Membrane layer, paint.
interior
Insert.
side. Right after finish.
Right, after finish. Okay, for both the sides, I'll be providing it after finish. Go to insert. Here, I'll select membrane. Okay, so here you can just select the category, the paint that you want. Okay, so whatever type of paint you want to provide, you can just select it. Generally, there is a different method by which you provide paint, but as of now, we are discussing about layers. So that is why I'm selecting this way. I'm selecting it in this particular way. Okay, so let's select this dam proofing paint or dam proofing membrane, something like this. Or yeah, this white lining paint. Okay, white lining paint here. Okay, so here you can see the thickness is 0, but still it will accept because this is membrane layer. Okay, again I'll just add one more membrane layer here, insert. Okay, I'll just put it down like this. This is my membrane layer. Okay, I'll just go here, select again any type of paint that I want. Say this is my paint material. Okay, and done. Press OK, apply and OK. Okay, so now we have added a layer. Okay, we have added a layer, but is it visible here?
No.
No. Can anyone tell me why?
Because membrane layer has no
Thickness was
thickness.
zero.
Right. Right, because thickness is zero, membrane layer thickness is zero, and that is why that thickness will not be visible in here. Okay. Now that same thing, if I'm just giving as a finish, okay, if I'm just giving this as finish, okay, finish 2, here also I'll just select finish 2. Okay, if this same thing I'm using as finish, and if I just press OK, you can see it is not going to allow me. Okay, so zero thickness layer must have a membrane layer function, or else it should have thickness. Okay, so here we will have to provide thickness, or else it won't accept. So let's provide a thickness of 5 mm. 5 mm. Press OK, apply, and OK. Okay, here you can see small layer, that is your paint layer. You can see here small one. Okay, here as well you can see a small layer. So this is your paint layer. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you create a wall. This is how you create a structure of wall. Now, whenever you create this type of wall, okay, whenever you create this type of wall, you have to make one thing very sure, that the sequences, okay, the sequences that you are putting, this should be very, very logical. You cannot just put in finish inside core boundary. You cannot just put, structure outside finish. It is not going to accept that. Okay, so if I just go here and just put a substrate here, okay, and if I just press OK, you can see the layer function cannot, does not match. It is not following the logic. So that is why it will give me an error. Okay, so if I just go here and provide finish, okay, there is no structure in this particular wall. Okay, there is no structure in this particular wall. Is it going to accept it? No. Okay, as of now it is accepting because we have given here finish, so it is acting basically as a structure. Okay, but the logic is to be maintained. Okay, you cannot just randomly go ahead, give structure anywhere, just give substrate anywhere, finish anywhere. That is not going to happen. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically this is what you have to maintain, the basic logic. Clear till this point? How you can create a basic wall?